Hello Gemini and welcome to Fade Light Tarot. This reading is for your wellness for the next 4 weeks, that time period being from mid-October to mid-November. Now as per usual, I have cleansed and pre-shuffled my cards so that I can take my time over that and I don't have to waste any of yours. And as any tarot reader will tell you, there are a lot of you out there, so if this resonates with you, that's lovely. But if it doesn't, that's okay. Take what does resonate for you and leave behind what doesn't. But should you like what you see in here today, then please by all means do hit the like, share and subscribe buttons and you'll be alerted to your next reading, which will be your general reading. Okay. Ooh. So before we start, what is a wellness reading? So for me, the wellness reading is similar to the manifestation but different in terms of taking into account of what is going on with you. So we'll be looking at what's happening, areas that you have neglected, areas that are too full. We'll look at some of your shadow work areas to start with and what to remove or reduce or to introduce into your life, just to help you maintain that that balance and see if we can help you to reach that level of authenticity that will help you be a happier person. So let's have a look and see what's going on for your current energies. You have the Knight of Pentacles, and that can talk about moving slowly, doing things carefully. It can also talk about expansion. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles for Gemini, please. Knight of Pentacles for Gemini, what's happening there? Thank you. Any messages, energies for Gemini, for the Knight of Pentacles? No, you didn't want to come. Okay. Ooh. Right. You have the Knight of Swords. You have the Five of Cups on its side, the Nine of Wands, and you've also got the Emperor. Interesting. So I feel, Gemini, that you're in an energy of being quite careful and moving a little slower than usual, because I feel that there was a situation where either you or somebody around you was acting quite rashly, and they kind of charged on ahead with the blinkers on without really seeing what was happening. And what happened out of that there was, I feel that you're on the fence as to whether or not there's a loss here. And I think that the loss is coming from a case of you having to realise that your boundaries were really infringed on, and you're thinking quite seriously about that. Do I move on with this person or situation, or do I cut this person and situation off? So I feel that, yeah, you're being very, very careful. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck for your subconscious and hidden. You have Temperance, the Seven of Wands, the Six of Wands, oh, and the Ten of Swords here. So yes, I do feel that you are waiting, like you're being quite patient, because you do know that there is a decision to be made, but you want to make sure that you've got things in balance, especially within yourself, before you make a decision. Because what has happened has put you in a place where you do feel that you have to defend yourself. It could be the feeling that you have of defending yourself, defending your values, even defending your own boundaries, or maybe the actions of yourself, another person, or the situation that you've been involved in. Because something had happened, Gemini, where there was a success, but it came at a very heavy cost. And it was a serious ending of something. So either a situation had been ended, or a friendship or relationship or partnership had been ended because of it. So, what is being neglected or forgotten about with you? Now, as I was doing that, I'm looking at your next card, which is the Hermit, and that talks about wisdom and so on. And the Ace of Cups just happens to flip ever so slightly there. So there may be some emotional aspect attached to this here. So what is being neglected or forgotten is that wisdom, and it could be that because of the Ace of Cups coming out the way it did, maybe you're just too emotional to think wisely about something. Let's have a look. Tell me about the Hermit, please. Tell me about the Hermit, please, for Gemini. What's happening? Messages and energies for Gemini. Okay, we have the Two of Swords, the King of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, I think the reason why you're struggling with finding wisdom about what is going on, how to even process it and how to move forward with it, is because there is a very difficult decision for you to make. You are at a crossroads, and you don't really want to look at the situation because it hurts so much, but the reality of it is that neither one of the avenues to take seems good to you. So yeah, you're kind of in that denial period almost, which makes sense of why that Five of Cups is on its side. Now the thing is that the King of Cups here is talking about that emotional intelligence here. So it could be as well that all of those feelings that were spilling out your cup in the Ace of Cups I saw there, it could be that you have to really have a look at those emotions and acknowledge them and feel them, because the only way for you to move forward effectively to build on the work that needs to be done is to actually really get all your ducks in a row, and also just to be kind to yourself. There is nothing wrong with having certain emotion, well, any emotion, there's nothing wrong with it at all. But sometimes certain emotions can be so big that we don't really want to look at them. And I think that the key to this for you is to just keep yourself grounded and to realise that being acknowledging of your emotions won't make you vulnerable at all. If anything, it's going to enrich you. But it's having that wisdom to see. So for you to unlock this wisdom that's been neglected, get in touch with yourself and figure out what your feelings are about everything. The bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant, the Two of Cups, the King, the Knight of Cups, and we've also got the Knight of Wands. So yes, have faith and think about the lessons that you have learned, because there is love here. And I don't know, perhaps if that's part of the problem, why you're struggling with this, But as well, there's that recognition of boundaries. There's also energies of duplicity here. Sorry, duality. That's what I meant to say. So think about that. The duality of two sides of things. So what's the message behind that? Because what you're needing to do, as I said, with that King of Cups there, of being kind to yourself and acknowledging your feelings, wear your heart on your sleeve and deliver these messages of your emotions where it's needed. Maybe even seek out somebody that you can talk to, that you can share your experiences with, in order to make some progress for yourself. So the aspect that is too full is the Nine of Cups. Now the Nine of Cups can talk about comfort, but it can also talk about wish fulfillment. So it could be that, are you perhaps having some wishful thinking about something, like just wishing that it all fixes itself and goes away? Tell me about the Nine of Cups, please, for Gemini. Nine of Cups for Gemini. Oh gosh, yes. Nine of Cups for Gemini. Tell me what's happening. Wow. What are the messages I'm seeing here, Gemini? My goodness. Right. Goodness me, this is incredible. Right, you've got the Three of Swords, you've got the Death card, you have the Star card, Eight of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, get the wishful thinking of let it be fixed, let us be comfortable again, and let this happen, everything's okay, I'm good, I'm all great. You understand that, or at least I understand, that this is actually more coming from your unresolved heartache, because the wound is so deep, they hurt so much, that it's easier to wish for things either to remain the same or to change at the snap of the fingers, because then that means that you don't have to look at it anymore, and that means that you don't have to face it, you don't have to think about it anymore, because it hurts so bloody much. But in order for you to move, so many things have to change. This concept of it's fixed, that needs to disappear. What we were just talking about, like allowing yourself to recognise and feel the feelings so that you can process through them. When you don't process these things, the heartache wins. Now here's the thing for you to consider. Processing the hurt feelings is painful at the time, but new healing comes. You have a rebirth and new healing comes from it. If you don't take the emotions, acknowledge them and process them, then the heartache will stay forever. That's a fact. Time alone is not a healer. Don't care what the songs say, it doesn't work that way. Because this is how we break and restructure our attachments. And that's where unhealthy practices come from. And it's a shame. It's a real shame. So yes, the heartache that is so deep within you, you need to do some healing with that in order to become reborn. a symbolic death of this old version of you needs to come through, which is the right path for you to take, and it does lead to new healing, and it is that wish fulfillment, that true wish fulfillment. This is a hollow wish. It's hollow because there's no action to be put behind it, whereas this one, there is absolute action. And the reason why I'm saying that as well, right, is that this wish is minor arcana, which is incidental. The star is major arcana, and that is a life lesson. This is the quick fix that will end up resorting back to this heartache, but the major arcana is the lesson that will stay with you for life. It is time for you to move on to pastures new and to walk away from the things that cause you so much heartache. Don't hold on to them anymore. You don't need them. They're heavy weight. A friend of mine once described to me that she had been taught that trauma, if you can imagine trauma, right, of any type, as like wee rocks rocks of varying sizes, right, and what you can take out of life is a metaphorical backpack, and you keep on putting rocks of different sizes into this backpack. Eventually it comes to the point where the backpack is so heavy that you either drop it or it causes you severe pain. So what rocks do you need to get rid of to alleviate your pain and bring you to this new place of healing where you start to forgive yourself and you start to respect your own emotions? You need to convalesce. Don't keep all of those swords to yourself. And I know that you're uncertain and it's bloody terrifying because of what's happened. But even though the rug has been pulled out from under your feet and the tower is collapsing around you, yes, it's catastrophic. Yes, it's chaotic, but it does give you an opportunity to rebuild the tower anew into something that better suits your purposes. Because once you do that, you're on a new journey and it's going to bring you so much more life to you. That's beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. So how are you affected by this right now? And that is the Magician card. So the Magician, he is the alchemist of the deck, and he does have command of all of these, of all of the suits. But as well, he has the whole as above, so below. So let's have a little look at that. Tell me about the Magician for Gemini, please. Thank you. Tell me about the Magician for Gemini. What's happening? Any messages, energies? No, am I done? Okay, thank you. Okay. Yes, how are you affected right now? The as above, so below. I personally interpret that as whatever you put out into the universe is what you receive back in return. So knowing that you're in this slow but steady progress to move away from this situation or person that's infringed on your boundaries, but you're still unsure if you're considering it a loss, combined with too much wishful thinking, like I said, what you put out there is what you bring back, which means that there will be no change for you unless you take action. So what you need to do there is have a look at using some of Temperance's energy. She has patience. She balances energies. And not only that, but she understands the purpose of using her intuition. It's very important to her. After all, she is an angel. Now, the other thing as well about Temperance is that she unifies her purpose and her mind. In that way, you will be able to unlock the true potential of the magician's energies, because that will bring you to a different type of wish fulfillment that you're looking for right now. It's still the same energy, but you're willing to go after it and learn, how do I get that? How do I make this energy that is too full right now? How do I turn this into the life lesson? But you don't know that yet. Once you do, there will be celebration for you. You will step into your own power, and you will understand that you can do anything that you want to do. You can create anything that you want to create, and new opportunities and beginnings will be open to you, if not even a new job. And you will have a new emotional intelligence about you that will be absolutely incredible to behold. Not only that, but the Queen of Cups, she also has links to the intuitive world. And that is a possibility for you too. So, what to reduce or remove from your life? And that could, that's the Chariot that you have there. And I believe in this context, is that belief that you can control these opposing forces and still ride to victory. Let's see. Tell me about the Chariot for Gemini, please. Tell me about the Chariot from Gemini. Thank you. Tell me about the Chariot for Gemini. Thank you. That was a lazy one. So yeah, I guess I'll come out. Oh. You have the Four of Swords and you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, I think this belief of you being able to take the bad with the good and control them both and still ride forward into victory, I think that that's something that you really, really need to meditate upon, because if you don't, there's going to be some real problems for you. There could be, sorry, my dog. Sorry about that. There could be a loss of income. There could be a loss of resources, property, even a decline in health. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. You have the Knight of Cups again. You've got the Moon card, the Page of Pentacles, and you've got the Seven of Swords here. Yeah. Delivering your emotional messages, it scares you. It's something that you don't really like to do. And I feel that you've created some kind of illusions around about that, to the point where, do you feel Do you feel like you're not an adult? Do you feel that you just want to be a good person and you just want to be recognised for being a good person? But the truth of the matter is that there is some deceit around you. Something's happening around you that you really do not like. So if this thing that is happening around you that you do not like, and it already presses too hard against your boundaries, combined with this heartache that you have from the past, then Gemini, ask yourself, why do you think that you should shoulder the responsibility of carrying someone else's ability to push against your boundaries to the point where they break? Because something's happening that you don't like. Why should you take that in order just to get moving on? At what expense? That's something that that comes up frequently in my mindset when it comes to things like this. At what expense? And if that expense is the detriment of myself or the other people that I love, it's a no. It's a big fat no, right in the face. But that's just me. So what to introduce into your life is the 8 of Pentacles, and that is honing your craft, working towards mastery, even apprenticeship. So it could be that there's a course that you're doing, or an actual apprenticeship, an internship. Maybe it can be flinging yourself into your work. Or it could also be, because it's Pentacles, Pentacles is not just about finances and resources. It also talks about the body, and in essence things that you hold value in. So it could be working on yourself is what you should be bringing in. Tell me about the 8 of Pentacles for Gemini, please. 8 of Pentacles for Gemini. Yes. Tell me about the 8 of Pentacles for Gemini. Thank you. That pinged? That really pinged? My goodness. Okay. Yes. You have the Lovers card, you have the 3 of Wands, you have the 3 of Cups in reverse, and you also have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's definitely some deception going around for you. Definitely something happening there. There is a clear warning of deceit. Yes, work on yourself. Because once you do, Gemini, the love you have for yourself, your self-esteem, your ability to recreate and protect your healthy boundaries in a healthy way is going to thrive. And not only that, but that is going to put you on a path that will lead you to your future. You will be able to look ahead into your future with optimism. There could even be travel on the horizon for you. And I wonder as well if I'm really sorry, but I wonder if what the cards are also telling you is, listen, working on yourself and honing yourself does not include drinking yourself into oblivion. Just don't do it. Partying is all well and good, but do it within moderation. explore the comforts of your life. The things that this lady here, she has used her abundance to live a comfortable life. There is luxury there, but she's enjoying it in moderation. See, she has the vineyard and she's got the bird of prey. She wants for nothing. She is truly present within her life. So I had to really roll my R there, because I thought at first I had said pleasant, and I'm like, no, present. And the reason why you have to really do this work on yourself, physically and mentally, mind you, is because you are exhausted. There are some unhealthy mindsets and practices at work, and there is a lot of negativity influencing you right now. And right now as well, not only that, but there is a sense of displacement within you. Perhaps there could be actual displacement as this situation or person that you're involved with, because it's not quite a loss yet. Are you worried about being left out on your own on the street? Because it's just a fight. It's a constant fight for you. You need to take action to bring this cycle to a close and start a new path for you. The turn is just around the corner for you. So now we're going to look at this card down here, which is your shadow card. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, Gemini, shadow work is one of the most incredibly rewarding things that we can do for ourselves, but it can also be very, very painful, because what we're doing is we have a perceived self that, you know, like we put out there and that other people see. But the hidden self of us is the little parts and the little nuggets of information in there, the little fragments of truth that we don't share with other people, and sometimes we don't even share this with ourselves. Those little nuggets stop us from being authentic, and they impact our energy and our vibrations and our well-being. And I like to think that when you start to do shadow work, you take something, right, and it's a little uncomfortable. Okay, it's on the edge of your awareness, this shadow thing. It's uncomfortable. You're getting somewhere. It's really uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. You're making progress. And this is where people tend to stop on that line, because they go, I know what it is, that's fine. I've acknowledged it, I can move on. But what you need to do to make shadow work successful is to work to the level beneath that. And that is the excruciating level, where it's really painful, because that level gets you to the why behind it. Now, it sucks, or it can suck to do it, but the revelations that you will make when you figure out the why and what you can do to make the changes to stop that from happening again is so rewarding. It impacts your entire life going onwards. Like, I'm not even kidding. So with that being said, your shadow work is the strength card. That can very well be your own self-esteem, your belief in your own abilities. Tell me about the strength card for Gemini. Strength card for Gemini. Thank you. Strength card for Gemini. What messages and energies do you have for me? Thank you. Okay. Oh, that's very nice at the bottom of the deck. I'll come to that in a second. Right. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers on its side, the Ten of Wands, and you've also got the King of Pentacles here. Yeah, Gemini, your shadow work will involve you having to look at yourself, your own capabilities, and your own view of self. Do you believe that you are not strong enough? Do you believe that you're not the commander of your own ship? Now, part of your is your self-esteem very low. One of the things that you can do when you're doing your shadow work is be objective and look at your truth. Have honest and open communication. Write yourself a letter. Even go and learn about it. This is going to be instrumental for you, and there will be victory for you out of this, because you will see your truth and you will accept your truth and understand it most of all. Now, this thing that's happening with your self-esteem and so on, this occurrence here that has brought you to this point, this was a fated occurrence for you, because I feel that there's some element of cycles going on. You were brought to this situation at this time for a purpose, so that you can do this shadow work. And not only that, but once you do it, there's going to be a turn in the road for you. Because I feel, Gemini, are you really struggling to love yourself right now? Are you really struggling with your romantic connections, with your close relations connections? Do you feel that you keep getting let down by people? Do you feel that you keep getting overburdened by people? Like, do you give so much of yourself that it exhausts you? The King of Pentacles, he has resources at his fingertips. His kingdom wants for nothing, and he's incredibly generous. Are you incredibly generous to the detriment of your own health? Do you give too much of yourself? Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. Yes, there is a lesson here for you, Gemini, and the lesson is one that comes with faith too. Recognizing a lesson is one thing. Learning the lesson is another. And in order to learn that lesson, you have to take action on it. You have to take ownership of yourself, recognize your strengths for what they are, have a real conversation with yourself about what you bring to the table, and recognize that fire in you. Reclaim it, and reclaim it by being in touch with your emotions. Be free and honest with what you feel, how you feel it. Cry, shout, scream, whatever it is that brings you release, and then talk about the emotions. Because once you do that, abundance and fertility is yours, and countless opportunities are going to be open for you after that. Now, how can you better manage your duties and responsibilities? And that is the Wheel of Fortune. essentially seizing the turn in the road that has come. And instead of micromanaging, shall we say, trust to fate, trust to luck, because your time has now arrived, the time for you. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune for Gemini, please. Wheel of Fortune for Gemini. What messages do you have for me there? Thank you, thank you. Oh gosh, okay, thank you. I think the cards were inspired there. Right, okay, let's organise this. Okay. You have, so I'm just putting these in order that they came out. Right, you have the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Four of Wands, you have the Hermit, the Queen of Wands, and the Two of Wands there. Yes. Give in to luck and to the universe to let them take care of so many of the duties and responsibilities and whatnot, and focus on your turn, focus on your time, because your cup is empty, Gemini. You've got nothing left, do you? I'm so sorry. You have absolutely nothing left. But once you understand that through stability and wisdom, you can reclaim your rightful place on your throne. Also with the Four of Pentacles, there's a celebration in there. But more than that, it can also talk about the home, like the family home. Maybe going back home is going to be healing for you. Maybe moving home is going to be healing for you. Maybe going back into the family home to talk to the person that you consider to be incredibly wise will be a game changer for you. Because with the Hermit, he has the star in there, which is the wish fulfillment. Where was it? Yeah, which is the wish fulfillment, the life change that you're seeking. But within this lantern, the Hermit has the ability to shine through the darkness, and that's what you need. Now, it could as well entirely be possible too that with the pillars here of the Four of Wands, 1111 is the angel number. There could be somebody in spirit who wants to talk to you, or who is just wanting to let you know that they are watching over you, which is a beautiful energy. But once you regain your stability, reclaim your home ground. Don't know why that phrase popped into my head, but reclaim your homeland. Keep that in your mind, Gemini, because that must be there for a reason. Also, seeking out wisdom in order to nourish your own wisdom is going to bring you back into your own energy. You are going to have this love for life again. And not only that, but the Queen of Wands, she is a beautiful queen. She has radiance from within like you've never seen. She's close to nature, plant and animal. So maybe taking a walk through nature is going to be important for you too, for you to be grounded. But her throne is one of excitement, creativity, passion, ambition, action, drive. You're going to reclaim all of that, and it will set you on a new path. But that trauma has to go, Gemini. What does your inner child want? Maybe that's where your trauma lies. It's not unusual. But what does your inner child want? Because your strength is there. Your strength of character, your self-esteem, your belief, how strong you actually are is there, but for some reason you just don't want to see it right now. Maybe because it hurts too much to deliver that message of your own emotion to yourself. Only you know, Gemini. Oh, my goodness, what a reading. So listen, Gemini, I really hope that you did like this, but I will totally understand if you don't, because I'm not being funny, but the wellness spreads, they are brutally honest, right? Because how can we do a spread for your wellness that is geared towards advising you how to reach your authentic self if I'm not authentic with the cards? Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing, I will never lie to you. The cards won't lie to you. They might be interpreted differently, but they won't lie to you. So only you can take the information of what has been said here today and put it into action. Nobody can make you do anything, and certainly nobody can tell you what you should and should not feel. Those are all yours and nobody can take them away from you. So yes, Gemini, if you did like what you saw and heard today, then please, as I say, do hit the like, share and subscribe buttons. And I'll see you next week for your general reading. But in the meantime, please do take care of yourself, Gemini, okay? Thank you. Bye.